This is a pretenser from cinemadailyus.com, and I'm thrilled to be speaking with Douglas Booth about That Dirty Black Bag. So I have to ask you, did you grow up watching spaghetti westerns?
I did. I'm not actually spaghetti westerns. In England, there were always like classic American westerns, like on a Saturday. And I used to love riding horses. So I'd always see the horses on TV, and just as a young kid, just be like fascinated. And then I think as I got older, I gravitated more, towards the irony of the spaghetti western, and they were great fun. And I think it was the good and the bad, the ugly that really first like grabbed my attention. And then also just enjoying the influence of spaghetti westerns. Like Tarantino is one of my favorite filmmakers, and he's definitely influenced by spaghetti westerns. So yeah, I've enjoyed enjoyed spaghetti westerns and its influence across films for sure.
And was the experience of working on one what you'd expect from seeing them?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're hard to make because you're out in like very remote locations in these incredible locations, which are beautiful to work on. But at the same time, the scenery very much is a character in the film itself. So you're battling elements at times, and you're working with animals, and it gets tough and it gets hot. I mean, we're in the Sahara Desert at one point filming, in 50 degrees centigrade, which is like way over 100 Fahrenheit. So it has its challenges, but it's hugely rewarding. And anytime I can be on the back of a horse, I'm happy. So,
what appealed to you about the character of Red Bill?
I think it was a character that I hadn't played before. He was a complex character. He was going through a lot of stuff. So yeah, the combination of it being physically a role that I've never taken on before, paired with, someone that has this very tough exterior, this troubled past, but at the same time, there's great vulnerability underneath. That's those elements together make it a very satisfying part to explore.
Did you see him as a hero or a villain?
I would see him. Well, I mean, he's an anti-hero in a way. I wouldn't call him a villain. I would say I would go more towards hero, but I don't see him in that way at all. I see him someone that's like suffocating and finds himself at the bottom of a very dark hole, trying to dig his way out mentally. So yeah, so that is what that is. Yeah.
The show has a pretty intense title, and that obviously applies to your character. What does it do to you to carry around a bunch of heads in a bag every episode?
I mean, you've got to be, in one thing, it's a pain in the ass because that thing weighed a ton, and so I had to carry that thing around the whole time. But no, it's the heads represent, what he's lost. Every head that's in the bag is a head that is not the one that killed the person that killed his mother. So he's not going to stop until the head's in there of the person that killed his mother. So it's a reminder that he hasn't yet, and they're all bad. You could call them bad. They're wanted men in his bag, but everyone is a reminder that he hasn't achieved his goal, I guess, or his peace that he thinks he's going to find from killing mother's killer. We all know that's not going to give him peace, but that's what he's chasing at this point in the story. Yeah.
And I have to assume that there's a great makeup and prop department that, made it so that you weren't obviously carrying around real human heads.
Yes. Yeah, no, we were working, a lot of our heads of department came out of Italy. It was obviously an Italian co-production, and, we had many Academy Award winners, nominees, and heads of department, and we had a great team. And PJ Dillon, our director of photography, is one of the best in the business, and I hope you agree that the show is beautiful, and beautifully shot, and very elegant, and brilliant. So yeah, we were very lucky with who we worked with.
You have a really great cast around you. What can you say about working with Dominic Cooper?
So Dominic, I've known Dominic for a very long time. He's one of my very good friends, my best friends. His mother was my nursery school teacher, Julie Cooper. So Yeah, we go a long way back. It was part of the draw of doing the job, was getting to go on this adventure with him. I think he's extremely charismatic, very funny, a brilliant actor to work opposite. So I was excited to do these scenes between Bill and McCoy.
I know you've done some TV work earlier on in your career, like with Pillars of the Earth and Great Expectations, but you mostly have tended towards film. What was it like doing a show like this?
I'd wanted to do a show for a while, yeah, I'd done some great limited series back in the day with some great people, but then I very much been focusing on films, and then TV became its own thing, and I think I was very much drawn to be able to tell a story over a longer period of time. That I think there's great writing in TV now, and you suddenly when you do a show like this and you get 8 episodes to tell a certain story, you see maybe what you miss when you're telling a story over an hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah, I'd love to do more television. I think it's the budgets are the same, if not bigger, than they are in movies these days, and the writing is as good, if not better, than a lot of the movies I read at the moment. So yeah, it's definitely a medium that I'll be exploring more for sure.
Have you heard anything about a season 2 possibility?
Yeah, I mean, the writers are writing like the Bible or even the scripts now, I believe. They're going to present them to AMC, hopefully for what looks like, fingers crossed, it's going to be a green light, because I would love everyone to get closure on this story, and we had so much fun making it, and I think people have really enjoyed watching it. So it looks like it's going in the right direction, but there's nothing 100% confirmed, but hopefully very soon.
Wonderful. And I see you have some pretty exciting collaborations with filmmakers coming up, like Terrence Malick and Michael Winterbottom. Is there anything you can talk about or preview about those films?
Yeah, I start Promised Land, the Michael Winterbottom movie, in a couple of weeks, the month, I think, in Italy again. He's a great British filmmaker, one I've wanted to work with for a very long time. And I feel very privileged to work with these filmmakers and learn. It's the best drama school that you could ever go to. So I'm excited to work with Michael. He has a very specific way of working. Terrence Malick obviously has a very specific way of working. That was a great honor and privilege in my career to work with him. I obviously can't say anything about the movie at all, but it's in the process of being edited, and he's very, very passionate about the project. He was a complete joy to work with. I mean, the man has limitless energy. We were shooting in ridiculous heat in Italy, and he didn't sit down once a day. He was right there by the camera, and he was full of passion, and yeah, a great joy to work with him.
Wonderful. That sounds great. For more great content like this, you can visit the Cinema Daily US YouTube channel. That Dirty Black Bag arrives on DVD and Blu-ray on July 26th. Thank you so much, Douglas, for speaking with me, and good luck in the future.
Thanks, man. Take care.